This poem is called Restaurants. This is a crazy story that I had to get off my stomach. I mean my chest. My hard rock chest. Have you seen it lately? Anyway, last summer I took the Panda Express down to Monsanto. It's the largest city in the world where every place to eat is filled with cancer, heart attacks, and death. I was walking down Wing Street on a scorching hot day. I mean, the sun was a sizzler. I was on my way to the corner bakery when I ran into Papa John. He was trying to get his Mac on with his older lady. Good old Papa was always trying to holler at someone, bringing them stinking roses and everything. I remember when he finally got a date at Marie's calendar. Roscoe wasn't too happy about that. He'd been trying to take Marie to the kitchen for quite a long time, but Marie thought Roscoe was just a farmer's boy and didn't really know how to treat a lady like a queen. Personally, I think she's right. Because everybody remembers when Roscoe tried to give Miss Butterworth some sugar. But everybody at the mall, man, she slapped the taste out of his mouth. And to add insult to injury, she said Denny was her sweetheart. Poor girl. We all know that Denny's everybody's sugar daddy, giving the whole city free GMOs and stuff. But that's a whole other story. Back to Papa John. I was on a mission and didn't really pay much attention. Plus, I was hungry, Jack. I didn't have time to dip into what he was saying. I was kind of like in and out of this conversation. I thought, thank God it's Friday, because I had money in my pocket after picking Baja fresh tomatoes from the Olive Garden. But something that Papa said made me yell, "Wait a Stitzel!" I couldn't believe what I just heard. So I hopped on the subway with Nathan's best friend, Tony Roma, to get to the bottom of this. I already know that Tony Roma don't play. If something was going down, he was the best person to have around. And it's a good thing I did. When we got to Hometown Buffet, Popeye was standing at the door. I almost didn't let us in until Tony Roma had a few words with them. Them two had a run-in 2 years ago over that girl named Wendy. They both tried to own her, filling her head with lies, but she's a tough cookie, committed to making her own fries. We walk in at Old McDonald and Burger King going at it, arguing who was going to make the Starbucks and who killed the most people and who was the real reason America was the unhealthiest nation in the world. McDonald called Burger King a fat burger. A straight up insult. That's like calling a black dude a nigga. You just don't do that. Jack came out the box and tried to calm everyone down. Jack came out the box and tried to calm everyone down by inviting them to one of his churches. But Burger King pulled out his Long John silver knife and started asking El Pollo Loco on everybody. Singing and cussing and carrying on. McDonald saw that Burger King was getting wild and felt like he needed to juice it up a little bit. You know, he started shaking and baking, and I was like, "Yo, Shanoya!" And I started wondering why in the world did I come here? And now things started getting a little shaky. Finally, Carl Jr. said if the fight was going to take place, we all need to go out back to the Golden Gate and settle the beef there. Everyone agreed, except Mr. Organic. Nobody really cared for him anyway. He was always the outcast of the group. He was like the pastor that was always talking about God. When the Lord ain't in your life, you don't want to hear about him wanting to be in your life. I mean, for real. Who do you think he was? Trying to make food that was healthy and have people living longer. Mr. Organic was raw though. He didn't care what they thought about him. He was always preaching about home supplements and foods. And today was no different. He kept on talking and everyone kept on not listening. So all the bigwigs, including the rappers, Little Caesars and Grand Lux, strolled out back to settle the score. Someone rang the Taco Bell and bullets started flying. One by one, just like dominoes, everyone started dying. Bleeding from multiple wounds to the souls. This was the only way it could have gone down. Trying to be the top killer of the people, they tried to kill each other to remain at the top, and no one lasted. They all died. Had a big old funeral at KFC. And the great city of Monsanto died with them. Just a little while later, a new town was built named Mr. Organic. The world grew to like Whole Foods again. The food industry, but this time grew healthy. There was no lobbyists, no backdoor hiring, nothing but good old-fashioned organic food at the dinner table. And we still saw Mr. Organic, older now, walking the streets. He wasn't too much talking about what we should eat. Now he was just smiling and laughing and thanking Jesus that it wasn't like it used to be. And we all lived happily ever after.